Let's do it. Welcome on in, y'all. Welcome to your wellness check-in with me, your host, Fallon Lopez, BSN RN, certified health and wellness coach, and CEO of Are You Well, where I empower new nurses to take back their health and healing by creating self-care strategies that boost energy, motivation, and confidence. Super excited to share tonight. Really quick, we're going to dive into something called creating self-care, creating our self-care strategies, and creating food freedom. What does it mean to live in food freedom? As busy nurses, as the givers, as those that show up for everyone else, it's important that we stay fueled up the right way. It's important for us to, want to show up at our best, to give our best, to make sure that we're fueling ourselves up the right way. And self-care, one of the things that are self-care is exactly what you're putting into your body, how you're treating your body. And so tonight I want to talk about some self-care with creating food freedom. Hey, thanks for hopping on, y'all. I'm super excited to talk about what I do as a coach, how I help others, and another form of self-care is our nutrition, the things that we're putting into our body. So my top 3 pillars are going to be food, fitness, and faith. And tonight we're going to talk about food because food is a whole mood. So you already know. Okay, let's dive in. I'm going to ask you a quick question. Have you ever felt guilty for eating something? Have you ever fallen into that mindset, the guilty, the shame, anything like that? You may be like, Fallon, girl, I don't feel guilty about eating nothing. No. Or do you find yourself labeling foods bad or good and saying things like, that food doesn't like me, or it just doesn't agree with me, like we don't get along? Saying these things, you really kind of give off like you have a bad relationship, like it's a love and hate relationship with food, right? Well, tonight I want to speak on how to create healthier relationship with food and ditch the guilt and shame, and how to live empowered in your food choices instead. Like I said, we are busy. We are on the go. We are nurses and caregivers, and we have the long hours. We're very committed to our job, to our passion. We run off of little sleep, probably fumes, and our family priorities make time. So making time for healthy dinners and healthy snacks, it's probably the last thing on your plate. Literally, it's the last thing that you may think about. You're just trying to get there, go, show up for others, and it may be the last thing on your plate. And I get it. I get that. So definitely making time for that can be the last thing on our plate. But we are the ones that are normally going to be grabbing and going, grabbing and running, skipping meals. So if we even have a chance to grab and go, and what do we grab and go? Something that is unhealthy, something that is quick and just feeds you really fast. And those are normally not any good choices anyway, something that's quick and you just grab and go. Or we just skip meals. We're usually the ones that are skipping meals. We're running around dehydrated, barely making time for a restroom break, or we grab unhealthy snacks at work. Why is that a thing? Why is it the pizza parties and the donuts? That's what we're known for. Or you go to your manager's office and there's just candy bowls, and those are the snacks that were provided. So if you are in this busy nurse life, you already know what I mean. Are you the same type of person that gets exposed to these unhealthy snacks at work, and you're like, I don't have any time for any type of healthy meal, Fallon? Help me out. How do I get started? How do I create a better relationship with my food? Because after you do the grab and goes and you're skipping meals and you're just grabbing the unhealthy stuff, you probably have felt that shame or that guilt that may come along, or you label those foods as bad, and then comes the feelings of like, oh my gosh, why did I do that? That food is bad for me. And then you tug a war. It's like this love-hate relationship, and then you're just in a place of like feeling ashamed. You're feeling like you made such a bad choice. You should just give up healthy eating altogether. I'm just gonna quit. All of these things. So I get it. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. And in order to fuel yourself up the right way and show up at your best for your patients, you are going to have to create food freedom. Food freedom. And I want to give you a quick definition, because the things that we learn as we, practice what we are preaching, living out these healthy lifestyles, it's so important because then we can show others along the way. We can reach our patients at so much more of a different level because we get them. We understand when we practice what we preach, when we do the actual things instead of just do as I say and not as I do mentality, then we can reach our patients at that much more of an empathetic level, that much more of like a personal level. We put ourselves in our patient's shoes when we live it out, when we go through the health and healing that we want so badly for our patients. And this is one way of doing that, making sure that you're fueling yourself up the right way, making healthier choices, and really creating those mindsets behind sustaining that type of lifestyle. Because you've met patients and they're just like, oh my gosh, this is so hard, I can't do it, I don't want to just eat rabbit food for the rest of my life, like it's like this tug of war with healthy foods and healthier choices. So tonight I want to give you a few tips so that you can start living it out, being that wellness leader for your patients, for your communities, for your family, and most importantly for yourself. So you don't want to miss out. Stay tuned. But really quick, going to give you a definition of food freedom. So for me, it's just the decision. Deciding to let go of guilt and shame and negativity around your food choices as a way to get healthy, to lose weight, to stay skinny, because healthy is a lifestyle. If you've watched me, if you followed me for any amount of time, you know that I'm like, wellness is a lifestyle. It's not just a quick fix. We're not just out here trying to fit into that dress for the summertime, wear the bikini one day out of the year. Like I'm not going to starve myself. I want to live a healthy, happier life overall. And so that's what I'm about here. And so if you've seen or heard anything that I've said, healthy is a lifestyle and wellness is how we practice it. So taking this definition of food freedom is how I help my clients move past unhealthy habits, because first you start with your mindset before you can put anything in action. So taking this mindset, understanding it, moving from just the knowledge piece to the actual believing piece. This is where it comes in because we know these things as the givers, as the carers, as the healthcare professionals. We know all the things. We know we should be eating good. We know we should be working out. We know we should be stressing less, sleeping more, taking time away from the screen, taking care of our mental health. But how many of us believe it and put it into practice? So creating food freedom is one way that we can actually start to believe it for ourselves, put it into practice in our daily lives, and make it a lifestyle. So choosing to add to your life rather than living in restriction. I'm not going to feel guilty no more. If I decide that I'm going to eat something, I'm going to decide and I'm going to ditch the shame and the guilt. And it's not an overnight thing because these are things that we are, led to believe. We are, we're put onto these thoughts, reinforced by society, by culture. Oh, these foods are bad. You're going to get fat. You're going to, mess up your beautiful frame. All of these things that we've been told as a society, these messages that we have been receiving, that food, in order to lose weight and to look beautiful, you have to restrict yourself to, like I said, that patient before, like, oh, I have to live like a rabbit. I just have to eat rabbit food, right? Have you heard that one before? No, having a restrictive lifestyle is just gonna like a rebound effect, like you're going to want it even more. Whatever it is you're restricting yourself from, like you're going to want it even more. Your body wants love. Your body wants comfort. Your body wants safety. And some of these foods provide that. But now it's shifting out of that and saying like, hey, this is actually not healthy for me. And it's not providing safety and it's not providing comfort in the right way. It's not adding to my life. I want to actually add to my life and being really honest about how to add to your life rather than living in restriction. Yes, you're going to need consistency. You're going to need determination. You're going to need grit. You're going to need will, to help you stay focused. But finding what you love to do along the way makes it a lifestyle. So having fun. So I want to leave a few tips with you tonight. There are 3 ways that you can start creating food freedom tonight. Today. You don't have to wait till tomorrow. You don't have to wait till you get in the gym. Nothing like that. You can start these today. Number 1, starting with mindset. shifting, like I said, we know the things, but how do we shift them into belief, into actual practice, into a knowing and understanding? 3 ways. And I'm not going to take up a lot of our time. Mindset. Food is your fuel. Shifting into that mindset. How do we shift that? Believing food is your fuel versus what our culture and society has labeled food as just like, entertainment, which it is. It is. It can be entertainment. It's ways for us to socialize, but it's also my fuel and it's going to get me to where I need to go, right? And so the story for me, and I really can't share too much tonight. Like I said, I really want to make this quick and to the point. We need to shift out of that mindset. And I was going to leave with a story. I did go on a road trip recently, and I had to really think ahead of time. When you're on a road trip, what's a road trip without snacks? What's a road trip without going and grabbing snacks, right? But I had to be really honest. Is this going to really help me in the long run, or am I going to feel really miserable and regret it later? And there was some times of the trip that I went ahead and indulged, and I was like, yes. But then there were other times in the trip I was like, you know what? These snacks at the gas station, they're really not going to do it for me. I'm going to choose to go eat something better later on. But it took some time, like really looking at my food as my fuel. Like I had 3 hours to drive. Was I going to get the itis, or was I going to get a stomach ache, or was I going to be running to the bathroom, or was I going to be able to stay awake and drive through the next 3 hours? I really had to be honest with myself. And it takes some practice and some self-awareness, but over time, you put it into practice, just like any muscle that we strengthen in the gym, any reps that we're doing in the gym. It's leg day, it's arm day. You have to do the reps to gain more muscle, more momentum, more strength. Just like that, we have to practice with our mindsets and our thoughts. Continue to repeat and to believe, and for it to be, and in order for it to become second nature, to become really a belief and a thought. And it's not just, it's just a saying. It's not just knowledge, really shifting into beliefs. And so that's my first tip for ways to start creating food freedom. Another tip that I'm going to leave really quick, like I don't want to keep you on here for too long. Taking action, creating a realistic plan to add more nutritious foods to your routine, like creating some healthy swaps. So, like I said, we know all of the things. We know, okay, I need to eat better. I need to do, the yoga. I need to take care of my mindset. I need to drink more water. But that may be overwhelming. That may be like, okay, Fallon, I can't show up to the gym 5 days out of the week. Well, create a realistic plan. What is something that you can do right now? What can you do right now? And what do you love to do? What is it that you can do right now in this moment? Can you go drink some water? Can you, quiet your mind? Can you turn off your cell phone? What is it that you can do right now in the moment to help you, towards your goals? And it really takes, just some sitting down, getting realistic, not overwhelming yourself, not comparing yourself to others and seeing where they are at in their journey, but getting real with you and what is achievable, what is realistic, what is, really something that you can do, and creating those goals, and then making the healthier swaps. And of course, having fun along the way. I just wanted to leave y'all a few tips on how to start creating food freedom. Remember, we know all the things. We have the knowledge, but how do we start creating these self-care practices that are really going to help us show up at our very best? I want to leave you with a free gift. Do these 3 self-care strategies today to get you started. You don't need to go to a spa. You don't need to go to a retreat. You can do these self-care strategies today. Click the link below. Click the link on the banner so that you can get your free gift right now. You could go to the link in my bio. You don't have to wait. Like I said, self-care does not matter. It is not all about how much money you're spending. It's really how you are treating yourself every day. And my self-care strategies, my main 3 pillars of my coaching program are food, fitness, and faith. Those are the 3 things that we build our self-care strategies on. And it looks different for everyone. Yes, definitely. And most importantly, you have to create that every day. It's not something that you have to spend $1 million on every moment, that you can. Those things are great. All of this, the things that we spend our money on, but you can't go to the spa, to the retreat, on the vacation every day. You're left to create those self-care strategies in yourself, to have those foundations that are really going to push you forward to help you become your best self. And I want to give you my top 3 self-care strategies that you can implement today. So go ahead, click the link below if any of this resonated with you. If you're ready to kickstart your self-care strategy, go ahead and click below. And I'm so glad to have hopped on here with y'all really quick for a really quick video, just to let you know. And we will see you next time. Thanks, y'all. Have a good one. Bye.